Jesus. We have not merely used the Bible to suit ourselves. Verses have been cited from the Bible without any commitment as to whether or not they are accurate. It has been our intention only to show the defects in the Christian stand, which says Jesus used to walk around claiming to be equal to God. If we analyze the mixture of things said to establish that position, we find inferior ingredients. We find weak evidence and empty reasoning. Our position has been narrowed enough to make almost any Christian response a step toward the Muslim's position. We have cited the most quoted and clear scriptures. So if any others are brought forward, the Christian admits the deficiency of his previous arguments, and thus makes a short list even shorter, the list of quotations which are said to prove his case. Or, if the Christian builds a case on something other than the words attributed to Jesus, he repeats exactly what we first protested. Mainline Christianity is based on what people have said about Jesus. Another point should be mentioned. We asked earlier, why must Jesus be divine? By this we meant to ask, why does a Christian believe it must be so? If this question is asked without reference to what we've been discussing, a Christian will answer, Jesus must be divine if his death is to be sufficient redemption for the sins of mankind. In the Christian scheme of redeeming man, it is believed that a sacrificial death was necessary that men could be saved. Now, if we ask why the death of any man would not satisfy the requirements, the Christian replies that all men are imperfect. If we ask why men are imperfect, we're told that this is something we inherit from our Father. Jesus had no father. By their own scheme, he would have been a perfect sacrificial victim. Nevertheless, they still require that he be divine in order to suit the role of Redeemer. And so we ask, did God die? And he quickly replies, no, only the man Jesus died. Jesus is said to be a God-man, and it was the human component that died. But now the Christian has said that the death of a man has saved us from our sins. The infinite is required for this ritual of sacrifice, but at the last moment the infinite is not actually sacrificed. The second part of this talk concerns missionary tactics, and one in particular. There are many missionary tactics directed by Christians toward Muslims. Most of these stand immediately condemned by the Bible itself, because the Bible talks about their master's path being straight. Missionary strategies have included enticing Muslims with money, women, alcohol, and social status. These methods may lead people, but do they lead by a straight path? A complete exposure of such activities is a worthwhile investigation, but this is not our concern here. Christian authors who deal with the Quran and the Bible in order to win converts are the subject now. Attacks on the Quran have been around since the book first appeared. In fact, in a remarkable verse, the Quran invites examination. In the 4th surah, the 82nd ayah, it says, "Have they not considered the Quran? If it was from other than Allah, surely they would find in it many inconsistencies." Now, while many theories have been offered to explain